Coast. They thought the German Shepherd was threatening their daughter. He was the only one trying to save her. Coast. The sound of a 19-month-old hitting peak distress is a specific kind of awful. Not ordinary crying, but the kind that vibrates the walls and pulls something primal out of every adult in the room. Maya Kowalczyk had been at that level for 47 minutes. Coast. Her father, Tomas, a high school history teacher, had tried everything in the sequence he always tried. Food, water, diaper, temperature check, rocking. Nothing worked. Coast. Nothing touched it. Maya sat in the middle of the living room carpet in her dinosaur onesie, red-faced, inconsolable, and Tomas stood 2 feet away with the particular helplessness of a parent who has run out of answers. That was when Axel moved. Ghost. The German Shepherd had been lying near the hallway watching. He was 5 years old, black and tan, 88 pounds. Trained from puppyhood to be what the breeder called steady. He had never shown Maya anything but patience. He slept near her door. He let her pull his ears. Ghost. He was the kind of dog that people describe as calm the way they described furniture, reliably, unthinkingly present. Which is why what he did next made no sense. Coast. Axel crossed the room in 4 steps, lowered himself to the floor in front of Maya, and pressed his nose directly toward her face. Not a nuzzle, not a lick. A deliberate, slow approach, nose aimed at her mouth, inches away, holding position. Maya screamed louder. Axel did not move. Coast. Tomasz pulled him back by the collar. Axel turned, looked at him, those flat, focused amber eyes, and went straight back to Maya. Same approach, same position. Nose to her face. Coast. Tomas's wife Renata came downstairs. She saw it from the landing, the dog's black jaw hovering over their screaming daughter's face, unresponsive to correction, unyielding. Get him out, she said. Coast. Tomas agreed. He was already nodding. In 5 years he had trusted this dog completely. He had never seen behavior like this. He put Axel in the laundry room. The door latched. The crying continued without him. Coast. Maya settled somewhat, not fully, but enough. They assumed the dog had been making it worse. His size, his closeness, his insistence. Renata held Maya until the crying fell to a low, exhausted whimper. She put her down on the playmat. Maya lay on her side, breathing in hitches. Coast. Then Tomas noticed something. She wasn't reaching for anything. She wasn't doing what Maya always did when she was tired, rolling toward the corner, pulling at the mat edge. She was just lying there, still in a way that wasn't sleep. Her eyes were half open, unfocused. He said her name. She didn't turn toward it. Coast. He said it again, louder. Renata looked up from across the room. Neither of them spoke. That specific silence arrived, the one that doesn't feel like calm. The laundry room door was shaking. Coast. Not scratching. Impact. Axel throwing his shoulder against it, rhythmically, steadily. The sound of something with no other options left. Coast. Tomas was at Maya's side in 4 steps. He touched her cheek. Cool. Wrong. He picked her up and the limpness told him everything before he could form the thought. He said one word to Renata. He was already moving toward the door. They were in the emergency room in 9 minutes. Coast. Dr. Priya Nambiar, pediatric emergency at St. Catherine's, had been working for 12 years. She ran the initial assessment in under 3 minutes and called for the glucose kit before she finished speaking. Coast. Maya's blood glucose registered at 36 milligrams per deciliter. Normal for a toddler her age begins at 70. At 36, the brain is operating below threshold. The window before permanent damage is not wide. Coast. Dr. Nambiar looked at Tomas and said, another 12 minutes and we would be managing something very different. Coast. If you stay for stories about what animals sense before we do, you are in exactly the right place. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Coast. In the days that followed, Maya was diagnosed with a rare glucose transporter deficiency, a condition in which the body's ability to regulate blood sugar breaks down under stress, including the stress of prolonged crying. The episode had been building silently for hours. No external sign, no fever. Coast. No color change visible to a parent's eye. What a dog smells is different. Coast. During hypoglycemic events, the body produces volatile organic compounds on the breath. Isoprene, acetone derivatives. That change in concentration as blood glucose falls. A dog's olfactory system, operating at sensitivity millions of times greater than a human's, detects that shift. Coast. Not through training, not through instruction, through proximity and attention, the kind of attention that never stops. Axel had been reading Maya's breath from across the room. Coast. Every time Tomas pulled him back, Axel returned to the only task he understood. Put his nose near her face and keep reading. Every time the door closed, he threw himself against it because the reading had changed and he could not reach her. Coast. Has your dog ever done something that made no sense until it was the only thing that made sense? Tell us in the comments. These stories deserve to be heard. Coast. They brought Maya home 4 days later. A continuous glucose monitor, small and oval, was clipped to her upper arm. Tomas opened the laundry room door. Axel walked out without drama, no complaint, no display. He went to where Maya was resting in the bouncer, lowered himself to the floor beside it, and exhaled once. Coast. Every guardian deserves to be recognized, even the ones who never asked for anything in return. If these stories matter to you, subscribe so you never miss the next one. Coast. Axel lies beside Maya's bouncer every evening. The glucose monitor blinks green in the dark above his head. He watches it the way he watches everything, steadily, without rest, without explanation.